Okay, we now have a keyboard and mouse hooked up and a monitor hooked up to the Power Macintosh 6100, and for this demonstration we're using the Apple Keyboard 2 down here and the Apple Desktop Bus Mouse 2 over here. And of course I've had to hook up a monitor, and for this demonstration I'm using the Macintosh Color Display, which was a 14-inch, I think it's a 14-inch, Sony Trinitron-based monitor that was around at the time. Now I'd hoped to use the Apple Vision 14 monitor, which was the only monitor that ever used the HDI 45 connector that this Power Macintosh has, but unfortunately I don't have that monitor, so this will have to do. And surprisingly, for a relatively late model of Macintosh, this does not support soft power, so you actually have to use the power switch on the front panel to turn the machine on and off. You can't use the power key on the keyboard. Notice the different startup chime. Oh, I think the hard disk is having some problems there. Oh, there it goes. That last control panel there was for the for the DOS compatibility card. Okay, we now have the Power Macintosh 6100 up and running, so we'll have a quick look at the system software. So we're running system, or macOS as it's known, 8.5 on this model. Given that this is a Power Macintosh with a Power PC chip, it can run up to system 9.1, but this one happens to be running 8.5. We've got 72 megabytes of built-in memory, so that'd be the two 32 meg modules plus the 8 meg on board. So macOS 8 and 8.5 looks a bit different from System 6 and System 7, a more up-to-date, more modern look and feel, but the basics are more or less the same. We've got all the control panels here, nothing much to really talk about there, but one that we will talk about in another video is the PC setup control panel. That is what controls the DOS compatibility card. Other than that, we have the standard control panels. We've got monitors and sound. So we're displaying thousands of colours on the built-in video. And note that the default refresh rate on this monitor is 67 Hz, which is why you're probably getting a little bit of flicker on the camera, because the camera's frame rate is set to 60 Hz. So unfortunately I can't match the frame rate of the camera with the shutter speed of the camera with the frame rate or refresh rate of the display. So unfortunately that's as close as I can get. We've got the sounds, got all the various. It's a very good speaker on this, I've noticed. It's actually mounted on the bottom of the case, pointing down with a cutout in the bottom, so the sound does travel very well. It tends to use the table on which the computer sits as a as an amplifier or a just a sound box. Call it what you will. Let's see, memory. Automatic disk cache, virtual memory is off, RAM disk is off. General controls, all pretty standard there. So what we'll do at this point is demonstrate an old Macintosh application, but one that's a little bit newer to suit this model of Macintosh. And what I have is an old version of a very popular system utility package, Norton Utilities. This one dates to 1997, and I believe it works on both PowerPCs and 68K Macintosh models. But let's have a look at Norton Utilities. So I've installed it already from the CD. It's down here. So there's an icon of, I think his name was Peter Norton, if I remember correctly. So we've got Disk Doctor, Unerase, Volume Recover, Speed Disk, Crash Guard, and System Info. So what we'll do is we'll run System Info and we'll have a look at a bit more, in a bit more detail of the specifications of this model. So what do we have? Power Macintosh, PowerPC 601 at 66 MHz, built-in video, 16-bit, volume, that's the hard disk, and FP, of course, is built in. Get info, what have we got here? System description. Here we go, 66 MHz, 32-bit addressing, system 8.5, various specifications there. Quantum Fireball SC 6.4 gig, system extensions, control panels, Okay, well why don't we run the test and we'll see how fast the system is. Better change the display mode. That's better. Okay, system info. And run. Yes, I don't care about that. Now this could take a while, so I'll come back to you in a moment when the tests are complete. That's the video test. Okay, well the tests are now complete, so let's see how the system compares. So here's our system ratings chart. Let's have a look. So it looks like the 6160 is the reference system at 100. So we're running 119, which is probably about right, considering that the clock speed is about 10% higher and it's probably got a faster hard disk in it as well. But we can break it down by the different categories. So CPU, yeah, about 20%, 17% faster than the 60. Although I think the 60 may also have not included a level 2 cache. That might also be why we're getting a 17% improvement in speed, despite the fact we only have a 10% improvement in the CPU clock speed. So that's the CPU. Video, okay, a little bit faster. Disk, well, there you have the benefits of fitting a more modern hard disk to an old Mac. So it's almost 3 times the speed of the original disk that would have come with the 6100. And FPU, again about 17% faster. Okay, so that is system info. No, don't save. So, anything else in the Norton Utilities worth looking at? These are all pretty standard utilities. I think Disk Doctor, Speed Disk, and Erase, it's all pretty standard. Let's have a look at Speed Disk. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, I know that. Oh, nice and simple. Check disk and optimize. Light fragmentation. I presume then it won't let us optimize the disk if the fragmentation is light. I presume that's why, although it could be because I may have to boot this up off the Norton CD so that the disk is not in use. Because I think these older disk defragmentation utilities could not defragment open files. So, that's probably why. Oh, that's Speed Disk. So I think at that point we'll shut down. Not supporting soft power, of course, you have to use the power switch to turn off. So that was a demonstration of the Power Macintosh 6100 from 1994. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the next part in the video series, which will look at the DOS compatibility card in a bit more detail, and we'll be doing a demonstration of Windows and DOS on this machine. So, thank you for watching.